5 plays, 25 yards. And the Beat Diggers did that in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Eric Garcia as the quarterback this time, not as a flanker, scores from 12 yards away. But he went that same area, Dave, up the left sideline. He loves that sideline.
I'll tell you what, Brush has had a lot of success running left. That was some of their best attack points the very first drive as well. So the coaches must have seen something over there to run towards.
Faith Christian has committed 2 turnovers in the early going. An interception by Garcia, fumble recovery by Kyle Hefner. High kickoff headed towards Essa at the 9-yard line, running straight to the 15 towards the right sideline 20. He's still on his feet across the 30 to around the 31, maybe the 32. And Ethan Brose was out there again, along with Joe Rosenbrock, to make the play on special teams. But Faith Christian's got some decent field position, down 2 scores.
You know, Brush doing a good job on special teams, though. Cardenas is obviously kicking it where they want him to kick it, because every time he kicks it straight to Essa, there's not a chance that anybody else is going to get a touch of the ball.
Alex Buckman in a shotgun formation, the first-year junior quarterback, is just trying to run a play without his team committing a turnover. Threw an interception on the first play, and on their second play it was a fumble and a perfect pitch to Brian Albright. Man in motion, Buckman headed off right up the gut in a short gain, maybe of 2 or 3. And very quick hitter there to Albright. Skyler Seawald made the tackle for the Beat Diggers. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 7 from the 34 as Faith Christian is running a no-huddle offense, and hopefully we'll get a chance here to introduce the Beat Diggers defensively. Man in motion to the right. Buckman takes the football, runs back towards the middle, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Joe Rosenbrock met him shoulder pad to shoulder pad and held him to a gain of 1, 3rd down and 6.
Faith Christian just coming out, like you said, no huddle and a quick hitter. All those linemen up there on the line of scrimmage, they're all looking at their numbers, their playbook that's taped to their wrist, and they're just going with it.
Albright, the lone setback. Nolan Beasley is the receiver to the left. 3rd down and 6 from the 35. In motion is Orrin Toole. Back to throw. Off to the right. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Beasley at the 40-yard line, but he was slanting in, and the pass was thrown towards the sideline, so miscommunication between the quarterback Buckman and the receiver Beasley, and it's 3 and out for Faith Christian as Evan Marshall is into the game to punt for the Eagles.
Had the ball been on the money, I think it would have been a catch in the first down, though. We were giving him a little bit of cushion. Our corner was playing off far enough, worried about that, probably worried about the fade that they tried to run the very first play of the game. And, had he thrown to the right spot, it probably would have been a completion.
Marshall standing at his own 20. Rosenbrock at his own 30-yard line for Brush, awaiting the snap. And there it is, a little bit high. Here comes the Beat Digger rush, and he gets it off low-line drive. It'll bounce at the 37-yard line. Beat Digger's got to watch out, and it'll stay there right at the 36-yard line as it was down by Faith Christian's Tyler Tucker, a sophomore. And the Beat Diggers, again, with very, very good field position on their 3rd drive of the game. They have yet to punt this season. Last week they scored 6 touchdowns. The only time they were stopped was on a turnover.
Well, I'm glad, because you made me nervous in the pregame when you were talking about how we haven't had a chance to practice that punt yet. So I'm glad we're not having to punt it.
Well, hopefully the first time the Beat Diggers punt, they'll have a nice lead. Committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. You can log on to KSIRsports.com, click on Brush Videos. Plenty of video clips from last Friday's game. We'll have some of this game as well. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 36-yard line. Garcia on the handoff to the deep man across the right side and a gain of 2 for Skyler Seawald to the 38-yard line. Marcus Bannister's been in on a lot of tackles from his linebacker position. He makes the play, holding Seawald to a gain of 2.
Again, just running that 20 series, taking the dive up the middle and then getting it to the fullback off tackle.
14-0 Brush on 2 touchdown runs from Eric Garcia. 4:55 to go in the opening quarter from Beat Digger Stadium. I don't know if Faith Christian expected this early onslaught by the Beat Diggers after they won their own game last week, 41-0 over Ridgeview Academy. Garcia will hand it off to Weiser running right up the gut. He pulls his way towards a first down right at the 45-yard line. He just stayed low before he was tripped up just shy of the stick, it looked like. Well, he's at the 46 now. They give him that extra yard. We'll give him 8 yards. If he's short of a first down, Dave, it looks like maybe by, an inch or 2?
Hey, here's the tell of the game, though. Seawald's carried the ball 4 times. Weiser's carried the ball 4 times. Each of them has 18 yards. So they're just pounding that football 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
I'll bring it out for the measurement. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. That's Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. They are still stretching out the sticks. First down for the Brush Beet Diggers.
You know, that Whitecap down there asked him to stretch it again. It was so close. He thought he was going to be able to get another link out of that chain, but he couldn't get it.
Faith Christian has run only 5 plays in the first quarter. 2 of those were turnovers. Conversely, the Beet Diggers have already run 12 plays. That's what I have unofficially.
Yep.
And very few unproductive plays. Brush is just very efficient on offense and has yet to throw a pass, even though they've got Shea Hansen out to the right and Kukas to the left. 2 very sure-handed, tall receivers. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Hansen in motion to the left. Garcia awaiting the snap, and there's a whistle. And we have delay of game against the Beet Diggers, and Garcia was just a fraction of a second late.
He was trying to get the play off. It took a little while to get the play into the game, but he got out there, he got it in the huddle, he got up to the line of scrimmage, but he just didn't quite have enough time to get the play off with the motion.
1st and 15 for the Beet Diggers at their own 41-yard line. Seawald is in now for Connor Weiser. I love this rotation. These running backs stay fresh. I mean, how could they get tired unless one of them actually gets hurt?
Actually, it's our big running backs. That's even better.
From the 41-yard line, Rosenbrock in the backfield with Seawald. And the ball was snapped. They've got to run this play somehow. This is going to be against Brush again. Illegal procedure. It'll be 1st and 20 from the 36-yard line. So 2 uncharacteristic penalties after we had several drives last week look very crisp, and the first 2 tonight look very sharp as well.
That was dangerous, though, because I think they snapped the ball, and then they just let it drop. If Faith would have jumped on it, had the officials not blown the whistle, it would have been their ball.
Well, that's why I wonder why was the whistle blown, because once the center snaps it, he really is the one who controls the play, not the quarterback.
Right. I think the officials just got away with one there. If I was a Faith coach, I'd have been probably a little upset because they probably should have had a fumble recovery.
1st and 20 from the 36-yard line. The Beet Diggers are on their own side of the field. Handoff, Seawald running left side of the 40-yard line. He runs into an eagle, but he's down at around the 42, and he picks up 6 yards in the play. The tackle was made by Jordan Haas, a 5'10", 160-pound senior defensive back. He was the only Eagle who could have tackled Seawald right at that point of the field. 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, Seawald was just getting up ahead of steam, and Shea Hansen was making a block there, but Seawald couldn't get outside of it, and he kind of ran into Shea at the same time.
Beet Diggers call a timeout, brought to you by Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days at Edwards Wright Price Market and Flowerland. I'm John Beltran with Dave Urich. 3:08 to go in the opening quarter in this non-conference game, but certainly a game that means a lot to the Beet Diggers considering they have scores to settle with Faith Christian. And right now the Beet Diggers lead 14-0 on 2 touchdown runs from Eric Garcia, who he certainly doesn't look like a junior quarterback. He looks more like a senior quarterback, but that's what that experience last year did for him, Dave.
Hey, we've said it before. That kid's he's a kind of a gym rat. He's been to every football game since he's probably born. His dad Bill's brought him out there. I bet he's lived through these games, 1,000 times in his head before.